And now we have on stage with us Dr. Tariq Abassi, who is Secretary of State of Liberland. Big round of applause.
Good morning, everyone. All protocol observed. I'm not a speaker, I have to confess, okay? I just listened. And probably my first or last speech was actually on my wedding day. You know, I was the last time I spoke in public, okay? After that, I just go home and listen, like probably most of you. I think most of you belong to the same club, but you won't admit it. How about that, Bogie? Is that true? Yeah, I think we belong to the same club. Hey, it's been a wonderful 10 years. It's, you know, just amazing 10 years. Who would have thought, really, that we'll be getting together under one roof in 10 years, 10 years ago? And who would have thought, really, that we'll be meeting such wonderful people from around the world under one roof in 10 years' time? That's just amazing. And who would have thought 10 years ago that I would be meeting also such an amazing visionary leaders from around the world under one roof in Liberland today? But that has happened. It was a dream, but it's not a dream, it's reality. And I tell you a little bit about my job. I take a great pride in doing what I do, and I do it with a big smile, okay? The diplomatic side of the job of the Secretary of State is amazing. I get to meet people. I make friends, and friends for myself, and friends for Liberland, and friends for you all. You know, so you can rely on. You can actually talk to. You can go and meet them. So I think this has been such a joy from the day one until now, that I go out and tell about Liberland. And everyone, all the leaders, all the heads of states and ministers I've ever met from around the world, when they hear me and I talk about Liberland with passion, they just fall in love with it. And they want to do something for Liberland. They just want to be friends of Liberland. And I tell you that, I would like to refer to one head of state when I spoke to him about Liberland. And he said, I'd rather be friend of Liberland. I'm sick and tired of all the colonial masters. Okay, so I think you have very good friends out there and very powerful friends. I can assure you that list those friends is not known in public at this point in time, but it will be made public so that you are aware of who your friends are. I actually traveled with President Witt. That was a kind of first state visit in Africa. And the representative there in Africa said something very unique, and I still remember it. It's an African proverb, and it states that if you're not a pillar yourself, lean on one. So what we are doing right now is we're finding other pillars from around the globe to lean on them, to make them friends, to get their support for Liberland. And to us, I think our both neighbors, the Croatia and Serbia, are pillars for us. And we're leaning on them for their support so that we can peacefully coexist and continue prospering together. I know there have been hurdles, there have been issues in trying to settle our community there. But I tell you what, my father actually used to tell us stories when we were young, and I'm going to share one with you. Once upon a time, there was a king, and he lost battles. He was so disappointed that he sat down one day under a tree, and he said, well, I might as well give up. My army is not doing nothing whatsoever. And he suddenly sees a little insect climbing up the trees, and it falls down. And it goes up again and falls down because it can't, it's trying to climb right to the top, but it falls down again. 6, 7 times the king sees it, and by the 8, 9 times or whatever you see, it climbs all the way to the top. He got up, he said, now I know what to do. never give up. And that's what we're going to do in Lebanon also. Continue making that effort to keep climbing. Even if you fall down, keep going up to make sure that we remain on top of it. Thank you ever so much for you joining us. And you are a great Liberlanders and great supporter. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Abassi. That was excellent.